Howdy, folks. I hope you are ready for a spooky fishing adventure because we are fishing in a cemetery today. Figure what better thing to do on Halloween than head down to a cemetery. And I was trying to go somewhere to make some sort of ghost joke, but I don't know, it just feels kind of awkward. So let's just go fishing instead and not make fun of the dead. Well, a little bit windy, a little bit chilly. Got my light action here, and I'm using something I don't use too often. It is a spinning bait with a little ribbon tail trailer. I have no idea if there's fish in here, but there are turtles. Turtles are normally a good sign of other wildlife, and people generally stock things like this to help keep it kind of healthy and not get all mucky. So I've got my hopes a little high. Probably shouldn't, but we'll see what happens, I suppose. Tell ya, this is one of those places where it just feels like you shouldn't be, and you're just constantly waiting for someone to come throw you out. I'm parked kind of behind a tree in a big memorial stone, so maybe no one will notice me. That felt like something. Huh. Yeah, get back in the sunlight. It's cold in the shade. There are a ton of turtles in this thing, which means there's got to be fish in here because these turtles got to eat something. Another turtle. They're everywhere. I don't know. Maybe if the bass lure doesn't pan out, I'll have to switch to panfish. Maybe there's just bluegill in here. Oh, someone has spotted me. But is it someone who works here? Someone is stopping to watch what I'm doing. I assume they're going to come yell at me. Let's see. He's thinking about it. He's decided to carry on. I just expect to get kicked out of here. Or for someone to stop and tell me how disrespectful I'm being. You know, I gotta assume there's at least a few fishermen buried here. With being so close to Halloween, this is the best they're gonna see to actually, you know, someone fishing. People catching fish, their favorite hobby. A fish. Oh. Oh my. Holy cow. What did I just catch? That's a bass. Okay. There are fish in here. Just, dang. It's pretty good. I've only got this light action, so I can't really just bring him in real quick. I gotta let him tire himself out a little bit here. This is a healthy fish. Oh my. Yes. Look at the mouth on this thing. It's a stubborn hook. There we go. That is, Jesus, this is like a 5-pound fish. Well, he's kind of short, but he's fat. Yeah! Well, I guess I'm not getting kicked out of here. They were all about that fish. That was a surprise. That was a good fish. Not super long, but fat. That gives me some hope. Let me make sure my lure's still good. All right, let's see if we can't find any more of those. On a note of how fat that fish was, fall is a good time to catch heavy bass because they're getting real fat for the cold snap. And they're gonna be out and moving in open water trying to feed on whatever they can find, which is why I'm using this flashy moving bait. All right, let's cross the road here. These ponds are connected, but you know, they're separate as far as I'm concerned. But they've got these little pipes here that run through them. So, let's see if anything hangs out more on this side. It's a nice cover right here in front of me. Oh, not in it. Shit. The wind caught the braid, took it into the bushes. Great. See if I can just pull it out of there. Yes, yes, got it. All right, looking good still. Not frayed. Still good to go. There's a fish. Oh, hot dog. Look at that. Got us a nice crappie. Just barely had that hook. See, it was just barely in there. They got those little paper mouths, but it's not massive, but it's definitely nice white crappie. I'm gonna cast back in that same spot because, like I say, and never really prove, typically crappie are in schools. I got these ropes here. This isn't like a big treble hook, so I'm not too concerned about it, but fishing near these ropes sometimes can get you pretty good results because of all the stuff that grows on them. The little tiny fish like to come and eat that, so the big fish learn that that's where the food's gonna be hanging out at. It seems like that's not the case today. I think I'm gonna go change my lures. I don't know if I've got what I'm hoping for in the car with me. I have hardly anything in there, but I'm sure I can find something a bit different. How much time do I got here? Still got about 40 minutes, so I can change lures and make another lap. All right, I have changed lures. I do have one of these. It's my favorite gold and black 1/4 ounce rooster tail. It's a little old and roughed up, but it should still get the job done. We're going to make another pass around at this place. I wanted to go with this rooster tail because typically I do pretty well with it in the fall because of all the fish out in the open water. It's not really performing like it ought to though. There we go. It's not holding its spin, but this water's kind of murky. There's a lot of shady spots. And when you don't have really good, clean, clear water, gold reflects better. So I wanted something with gold, and I really love using this rooster tail. It's done great things for me. So there you go. It's just, there it goes. It's having, well, that's snag. We may have just lost it. Nope, came out. It's just, I gotta give it a good hard tug to get that spin going on it. It's being difficult. But it's old, it's kind of worn, it's pretty beat up. That's a fake leaf. No wonder it was difficult. I guess I shouldn't be surprised that that's in here. It also casts a bit better than our other spinner. There's a fish. That fights like a bass. It is. Little bitty guy. Stubborn hooks. There we go. A lot smaller than our last one, but hey, I'll take him. Damn thing got all tangled up on me. There we go. Now it's tangled down here. Little tiny one nipped it right there at the shore. Let's have a cast kind of up along the banks. I haven't really done a lot of those. Those are usually my bread and butter when I'm bass fishing, is right up on the shoreline. All right, well, give that a try. Let's keep bombing it out there, bringing it back. Nice simple cast and retrieve when you're using rooster tails. One thing I really like about them, real easy. And you pretty much always know when a fish hits it, because you can always feel a tension. You can see my rod bending down. There's always a tension when it's working properly from that blade spinning the water resistance. So when a fish hits it, like, you really feel it get hit. And a lot of times, they just hook themselves for you. A lot more folks coming in and out of here than I would have expected. I didn't think cemetery would have so many visitors. But, you know, I don't know what they're doing. Well, this doesn't look so bad. It's small, and it's got a fountain running. It looks real nice around it. And the fountain's a good thing. That'll really up the oxygenation. It seems like it's a bit deeper. In theory, the fish should be hanging out right under that fountain, because that's where it's going to have the highest oxygen content. More turtles. That's not a big deal. One issue is that I don't know where the rope for that thing is. Definitely seeing bait fish jumping around and running from my lure. It's a very good sign. There we go. Feels like a bass. He's little, but he's got some fight to him. Yeah, better than the last one. What is this doing? Damn barbs. Stick them good. There we go. Yeah, a little bit better. All right. Well, confirmed. There are fish. And if there's little fish, there's usually going to be a big fish somewhere that made them. That's a snag. Remember what I was saying earlier about really knowing when you get a fish? Well, it's a lot easier to think a snag is a fish with these things as well. I've already got so much tension on the rod and line that just any little added bit, you just think, hey, fish. And a lot of times you set yourself real hard into a log or a rock. There's a fish. Nope. All right. It's got a little bit to him. You know, even these little fish feel, well, that one's a little bit better. So that one, a little bit more reasonable for the fight he's giving me. But these little ones still feel a lot stronger than typical ones that I'd catch, which just tells me that they're eating pretty good and healthy. That's not a bad fish. No pliers. One. Trying to do this left-handed, not as easy. Good old offhand, always kind of stupid. There we go. But yeah, that's a nice solid fish. Yeah, 1.5 pounds or so. It's definitely got a little bit of weight and heft to him, but again, getting fat. So. I'm surprised that I haven't found any fish near the fountains today. Because generally that's a pretty good bet, is that's where they're going to be hanging out. But I guess it's finally warmed up a bit today. It's been kind of cold the last 1.5 weeks or so, and the sun's finally out. So maybe they're just out roaming instead of bunkered down. It's fine by me. Well, that's gonna do it for us. I'll be honest, I did not expect a lot when I came here. I thought, you know, I thought I'd be lucky to catch one, you know, little dinky fish, or maybe a couple little dinky fish like those two we caught in the middle. But I was honestly surprised. I caught 2 real quality bass. You know, for their sizes, they had some heft to them. They were strong fish too. So they're clearly healthy in here. I'm surprised at the lack of numbers, I guess. But with those, you know, small numbers, it helps keep the ones that are here bigger and healthier. So I guess that makes sense. And the one crappie was just a nice surprise. Didn't expect that, especially on the lure I was using. It was a little big, but that's gonna do it for today. So happy Halloween and happy fishing.